Meanwhile, cities and towns are keeping an eye on the forecast as the winter weather comes in tonight and tomorrow morning. High winds are causing concern for potential power outages in parts of Connecticut, especially the shoreline. That's where we find Fox 61's Alicia Machado. She's live in New London tonight with more on what the area is keeping an eye on. Alicia, how's it looking over there?
Yeah, Carmen, well, the winds are picking up a little bit, but New London County is keeping an eye on the potential for coastal flooding. Mayor Michael Passero, though, for New London, tells me, though, that the high winds are their biggest concern as this storm comes in. He says crews are on standby and will be called in if they're needed.
Winter weather making its way across Connecticut Sunday night into Monday morning. Southern New London County under a high wind warning with gusts of 55 to 65 miles per hour expected along the shoreline from midnight to 10 a.m. The shoreline under a coastal flood warning Monday morning as well.
I have a local business that's right on the water, restaurant, and I also live on a beach, so I'm a little concerned about if the water comes high. We've had water come pretty high a couple times.
We expect the worst of the high tides to come 3 or 4 hours before high tide here in New London. We'll be watching the couple of areas that would tend to flood if we do have a super high tide.
New London Mayor Michael Passero says the timing of the storm will be good for New London. They're not expecting a lot of people to be out during the worst of the storm in the early morning and anticipating people will be home for the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday Monday.
The stars are aligned as far as keeping people off the roads, but if you do have to go out, early morning, tomorrow morning, you have to be very careful. Look for downed trees. We think it's better to stay home unless there's an absolute need to go out tomorrow morning.
The Yukon outage prediction model is predicting 25,000 to 50,000 in Connecticut. Eversource is readying crews.
The high winds expected with this storm, along with the heavy wet snow in some parts of the state, can be problematic for us, bringing down tree limbs or trees onto electric lines and electric equipment, causing power outages.
Eversource spokesperson Tricia Modifica tells us they have hundreds of crews ready to go that will be staged around the state to make repairs when needed. Some New London neighbors are ready in case they face outages.
I have a generator at the restaurant. I have a generator at home, so it's just it's where we live. It's in New England, so I just try to be prepared.
Because of the concerns over wind gusts, Eversource tells me they will have crews focused on the shoreline. They say if you see a downed power line, stay away from it, call 911 and report it to your energy provider. We're live in New London. Alicia Machado, Fox 61 News.
Like the mayor said, everyone's best bet down there is to stay home if they can. Thanks, Alicia.